Okay, now on stage Thomas Aichner, who is the scientific director of the South Tyrol Business School, and he will give us a journey on the AI customization and this sort of dilemma for customers and not only for them. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the time that you're dedicating to my presentation. Now, in the next about 10 to 15 minutes, I'll talk about AI and how it may be implemented in the future in mass customization. Mass customization is essentially when you go on a website, you customize your sneakers, you select the colors, the material, the shape and the form of the product. And now many companies are thinking about implementing AI into that process. So let's see what can go wrong. I'm working with AI. Actually, I'm a marketing professor, and I'm also doing research about how to use AI in a marketing context. My background is also in management engineering, and this is how I essentially am connected to mass customization. I work at the Competence Center for Artificial Intelligence at the South Tyrol Business School here in South Tyrol. So my first question, it's an AI presentation. What do you think? Is this an AI-generated image, yes or no? Actually, it's not. Okay, it's an actual photograph of a girl, but we can imagine a situation like that where someone looks at their screen, they try to customize a product, and they just wonder what's happening. And we know from many examples that AI is not perfect. We have heard that today in a couple of presentations. All of you know that there are very inherent problems with AI. So let's see a few examples on how AI actually messed up in practice. So here we see an application for applying for a new passport. Someone uploads a picture, and the AI checks the picture, whether everything is all right. And to this gentleman here, it rejected the picture because the eyes are closed, which obviously isn't the case. So one problem is there. This is another example. AI is being trained on image recognition, computer vision, and it can sometimes, like in this example, maybe not distinguish a cookie or a chihuahua in this case. Okay, so also another example on what may not be perfect. This is a very recent example from just a few months ago, which some of you may know. Someone went on Google, typed in cheese not sticking to pizza. So what's wrong with that? Then the Google AI told them, okay, maybe there's too much sauce, maybe too much cheese, and so on, and suggested you can also add about 1/8 cup of non-toxic glue. Okay, at least it was non-toxic, but of course adding glue may not be the best idea. So another example of what can go wrong. Here, someone very creative in communicating an event, a Willy Wonka experience, used actually a AI-generated image. You can see that on the left-hand side to advertise for the event. Of course, it looked amazing. Parents were very happy, looking forward to go with their children to the event. Then what they actually found was what you see on your right-hand side, and people were so pissed that essentially they called the cops. Tickle Tickle is a children song, very famous, and many of us may use Alexa. Alexa can be used through voice commands. So what's wrong with allowing your kids to use Alexa, maybe to select their favorite song? We'll see a very short video on how that went, how that worked out. So if I may ask to show the video now.
Play Ticker Ticker. Alexa, play Ticker Ticker.
Bobby, can you talk to play Wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected, porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, quality sexy.
No.
Pussy anal dildo ringtone.
Alexa, stop!
So, for those of you who didn't get it, This is what Alexa replied after it was asked to play tickle tickle. And so many problems with AI. So let's see when we actually use AI in this process of mass customizing products. Like I said before, you go on a website, you customize the product according to your individual needs and preferences. If AI is implemented there with all the good intents, I'll just show you what can go wrong. And then it will be your job as representatives of free software, open source, to counter those problems, because I think that open source can actually be a solution for many of those problems that I'm gonna show you. So problem number one, imagine a situation, you want to customize a t-shirt according to what you like, maybe you have some crazy idea, and the feedback from the AI is, yeah, okay, but why not try this? Why not try something else? The AI is trained on big data, millions of other customers which selected a different approach, and that may essentially not really represent what your individual needs or preferences are. So we can maybe see some frustration in customers which can't get their way into something quite different from what the average customer would select. Second problem, another example, using augmented reality, you scan your face. It's an AI system that may recommend a customized treatment for your skin. And here, a potential problem can be, what if the AI recognizes very minor imperfections in the skin and then recommends a treatment, some cosmetic products that maybe the customer didn't really want, doesn't really need. So it can push for purchases that go beyond what really helps and benefits the customer and doesn't really create value, but maybe some value for the company, but not so much for the customer. Number three, AI makes it a one-size-fits-all solution. You go to a restaurant, you see all the possible customization options here at the top. So the promise again from the restaurant is you can customize your lunch, choose whatever ingredients you want according to your maybe dietary plans and preferences and so on. But then at the end you see the result is everybody gets avocado on their plate. Why? Because it's super famous. It's a safe solution for the AI to recommend that, because there might be a high chance that customers will accept it, will like it. So maybe what starts out with the idea of customizing the meal in this example at the end gives everyone the same result. So that can also be problematic. One idea behind customizing your product is that you can show your creativity. You can use the product that you customize to express your personality. You can be creative, and creativity is generally something that people, they have it in themselves, so just need to get it out. If we imagine an AI being involved in this creative co-creation process, because that's what it really is, we are co-creating a product using our preferences, then generally creativity can be limited, because the AI streamlines, right? I call it here from Picasso to paint by numbers. It streamlines it into a very limited selection, for example, of colors, of other solutions. A general problem of AI is that very often we consider it a black box. We don't know what's going on. How is AI trained? What is it optimized for? What's the variable that at the end needs to be maximized from a company perspective? And with a very high likelihood, it's optimizing for profits. Nothing wrong with optimizing and maximizing profits, but maybe also keeping the customers in mind, right? So that is also the most successful solution in the long term. If we keep that in mind, we can really, as a company, be more successful. Now imagine someone tailors a suit, and rather than really getting something custom, again, they get an average solution, an average color, a standardized color, which has been shown to be more likely to be bought by the customer, for example. And then while a suit like that may be technically customized, it is not customized in this example for color preference and so on. Then we have something which might be somehow seen as the opposite. How does an AI may work in an online sales configurator? You visit the website, you open the app, and then you use a chat bot to express your preferences. You tell the AI system what you actually want. And if someone is not really experienced in using AI chatbots and maybe says, okay, I'm really interested in having a futuristic watch, okay, then maybe you actually do get something very futuristic, which is not realistic. And there are many other examples on how the AI can be too literal in translating the input from the customer into a solution that is being proposed to be bought. Number 7, we know the echo chamber effect from social media. You like something and then you get more of that content and you like it again, and you end up seeing only what reinforces those first ideas. The same can happen also in mass customization. If we train the system based on your previous purchases, right? Maybe we allow through the camera to see what is in your wardrobe, what are the products that you bought in the past, and you had a preference for black shirts. Maybe you end up getting suggested black shirts all over. So this whole possibility of really customizing the product and being super creative ends up in an echo chamber that continues suggesting the same thing all over again, and that can be frustrating for the customers too. Then we have the big topic of bias in AI, and we really see it as a double-edged sword. Now, if we just focus on the left-hand side, if AI is trained on big data, then maybe there are some patterns that lead, in this case, a black man who wants to get a new outfit being suggested this rapper style outfit, although maybe he's more elegant, right? So that can be bias in the data, because the data shows that maybe black men tend to be dressed more like a rapper style, okay? Then we try to counter that, okay? We try to be more progressive. We tell the AI to break race bias and gender bias, and then you may end up in the complete opposite, and you have someone, maybe in this case a man, being suggested a female dress, right? So we don't want that. So where's the limit? How much do we actually tell the system to correct for that? And then finally, something that can be observed in many customers, as soon as they realize that the AI is using data. I just made the example, maybe the camera is allowed to look into your wardrobe, right? Or maybe just your previous purchases or the style that you're wearing right now. That can be frustrating at some point, that you say, okay, now they even know what I'm wearing, how I dress, and so on. Right, so these are all potential problems. Just one exception. I want to go back to problem number 1, where I told you, okay, we need to limit the AI of suggesting certain things. From an Italian perspective, I think there is one situation where the AI should definitely be trained not to allow customers to be completely free, right? So we don't want to allow pineapple on pizza. There should definitely be a restriction on that globally, so I absolutely support that as soon as someone tries to customize their pizza with pineapple, there should be a big stop sign on that.